Hello everyone, welcome back. Please comment, rate, subscribe, folks. Comment, rate, subscribe, like the videos. Also share the videos. I want to thank everyone that does like, watch, and share my videos. You folks are the absolute best. Listen folks, there's a link tree down below. Has links to all of my social media platforms. Please go down there, follow me across all my social media platforms and talk to me because I talk back. Also down there as well as the links to all of my YouTube pages. Please go down there, subscribe to all my YouTube pages and turn on your notifications so when I post content, you folks will be in the know, all right? Now listen, Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be doing a live radio show. We're going to be talking about the Jets-Packers game. We're going to be talking about, all the stuff that's going on with the New York Jets. So there's a lot to discuss. Please call in. I love going back and forth with people, talking about this football team. So with that said and done and put to the side, I've come to talk to you folks today about Jarrad Davis suffering an injury. And we're going to talk a bit about what we saw in the Jets versus Packers game, okay? So first I want to start with the Jets defense. I'm going to start with Jarrad Davis. He actually ended up suffering an ankle injury in this game, and he's going to be out until week 6. That's the reports that are coming out, so they're just going to be missing him for some time. And you look at the situation as yet another injury, yet another big injury to the Jets defense. We dealt with Lawson, dealt with Lawson last week, and now we got this sitting in our laps. And I'm looking at this situation, and I'm saying, kind of the same thing. Hey, this is the NFL. We've got to have guys behind him step up. So maybe a guy like Cashman, maybe a guy like Sherwood, a guy we just drafted, maybe he steps into that position, and they're really able to continue forward. Getting to the Packers game, let me tell you, you saw this Jets team struggle, okay, defensively. Let me tell you, the Packers ran the football extremely well against us, and I was extremely surprised because, again, the Jets had a lot of starters in this game. The Packers' offense, that wasn't full of starters. They had Bankert starting. There were some other backup guys. They were running with Dillon, and I think the other running back they had's name was Hill. Let me tell you something. They started running the ball physical early, and the holes that were opening up were pretty damn big. I ain't gonna lie to you. They were pretty darn big. Like, they were running, and not only were they running through kind of bigger holes, but when, we were able to get around him and try to corral him, especially Dillon, he was very slippery. He was breaking tackles, getting away from guys, running through guys. I mean, it was crazy to watch this situation happen defensively. Now, again, this is preseason. I'm not panicking, but I'm like, okay, we got to find ways to, shut this down because you don't want to look like this, especially with your starters. You know what I'm saying? So they ran the ball very effectively on us. But then I was also kind of shocked because Bankert, again, this is like their, he has very little experience. This is like their third string guy. He was able to make some plays as well. Our secondary was definitely tested, particularly our cornerback situation. This guy, Malik Taylor, for them, that guy was making plays left and right, some big catches, some catches to really continue to extend their drives, and he got some solid yardage as well. We saw Hall get beat often. We saw guys getting roasted out there. So I'm a little concerned about the secondary, a little worried about our defense, but I know that we'll be able to clean things up. Even C.J. Mosley had a big flag in the passing game as well in coverage where he literally just tackled a guy before he could even try to go get the ball. So, things we've got to get cleaned up defensively. Will continue to work, especially again with the Davis injury. He's going to be out till week 6, so we got to see who steps up. There's a lot of things, going on in this Jets defense that we just got to fix. But there were some bright spots as well. Eccles, a corner, a little bit later on in the game, he looked, he looked pretty decent. He had an interception in this game. Really like what he brings to the table. Maybe he'll continue to get more snaps. We saw J.T. Hassel get himself a sack as well. We saw Lamar Jackson get an interception too. So there's some things to, kind of tip our hats to and be happy about and be proud of. But we got to clean some things up early. Because, these are the guys that we're going to put out on the field as starters. But our backups look decent. Our backups definitely look decent. Going to the Jets offense, let me tell you something. This guy, Zach Wilson, continues to impress me. He really, really does. He continues to impress me. And this was an impressive day for him. I think he was 9 of 11. He had 128 yards. He had 2 TDs. The one thing that really impressed me about Zach Wilson in this game was his ability to see the rush, get away from the rush, and as he's moving outside the pocket, keep his eyes down the field and to deliver the football accurately. I really like that. And let me tell you something. That's a sign that you have a quarterback that can go places in this league, because in this league that's full of really good pass rushers, you have to have that ability or you're going to be dead in the water. And especially young quarterbacks struggle with that when they come into the league, because once the pass rush comes, young quarterbacks typically stare at the rush and they don't get their eyes anywhere else. But we're seeing different from Zach Wilson. And, he's talked to Aaron Rodgers and all this stuff this offseason, so maybe that stuff, is continuing to wear off on him. But I tell you what, Zach Wilson was very, very impressive in this game. Really liked how he delivered the football. Really liked how he did his thing, especially that first throw to Croft for his first touchdown. I really liked how he handled himself in this game. So he continues to do things and build upon it. So salutes to Zach Wilson. You look at, man, let me tell you, this wide receiver core, Corey Davis is something else. And I've told people all off season about dude. Listen, there started to be a lot of pub surrounding Mims, which I love Denzel Mims. There was a lot of talk around Elijah Moore before he went down with that quad injury. I think Elijah Moore is phenomenal. I think he'll be a good wide receiver in this league. But I feel like at times, and maybe it was because Corey Davis missed a little bit of time, mini camps, training camps, stuff like that. I felt like as time continued on, people just kind of like got ho-hum about Corey Davis. Like he was just, he's just somebody. I even had discussions with people that was just like, he's all right. I mean, I'm glad he's here, but, I'm more impressed by this guy and that guy. Corey Davis showed up big in this game, and I think he'll continue to show up big in this season. I think he had 4 catches for 70 yards. He was impressive. Every time that Zach, needed somewhere to go, it was boom, him and Corey Davis connecting. And I think that connection will continue to build. Corey Davis is the number one here. He's definitely going to get his catches. He's definitely going to get his opportunities. And he really went to work against this Packers secondary early. So I really like what I saw out of him as well. Another guy that was impressive in this game offensively, Tyler Croft. Tyler Croft looked really good. He had 2 touchdowns in this game. Very, very solid, runner after the ball. Not a speedster, but a guy that, can definitely mosey along and get where he needs to go. It looks like he might have, grasped that tight end position. Maybe this guy is going to be our starter. We'll see. Kind of our backups. Mike White took some shots in this game. His ribs, I'm sure, are pretty jacked up. And McDermott, one of our offensive linemen, ended up hurt. So we'll see, how much time he may miss. He actually got carted off. So we'll see what happens with him going forward. The Jets special team was effective as well. Ballantyne had a big kick return. He actually got released. So we'll see what happens going forward with our kick return position, because Ballantyne is now gone. But Braden Mann continues his punting. It just continues to look good. He continues to show the team, continues to show the fan base that this guy is going to step into this season and really do business. We saw him pin the Packers within their 10 constantly. Very solid punts, very good punting, very good special teams work by him. And let me tell you something else. Amendola showed up and showed out. Listen, he had a kick from 54. He was money. He had a kick from 46. He was money. He also had a kick, I think it was at the 35 or the 36-yard kick, and he was money again. This guy was 3 for 3. He looked really good. Really, really good today, and he may have grabbed a hold of this kicker position. Of course, we got another game, and we'll see what happens, going forward with him, but he may be the guy that we end up going into this season with. So, all in all, things look pretty good in the Packers game. It sucks that Jarrad Davis actually went down. We'll see, who steps up in his absence. Again, he's not going to be back until week 6. So, yet another Jets injury to this defense. It sucks. So, comment, rate, subscribe, folks. Comment, rate, subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know what you folks thought about the Packers game. How do you feel about the Davis injury? Give me your thoughts. I love going back and forth with y'all, and we will talk. You folks have a good one. Peace.